Minnesota Fighting Vikings linebacker talk starts and ends with Anthony Barr, as well as all-world, the best off-ball linebacker in the game of football, Eric Kendricks. That's basically about it. You sprinkle in a little bit of Eric Wilson. That's basically all she wrote. But don't sleep on fourth-round pick linebacker slash safety slash special teams dynamo Troy Dye, and given the dynamics of the Vikings defense this year, as well as two safeties. Troy Dye, the former Oregon Duck, could be in line for a lot of work this year. Because he's not only going to play a lot of special teams, I think he could certainly get after it in a couple of sub packages as well. So, quick background on him, you already know him. 6'4", 231, was a 4-year starter at Oregon, team captain, 3-time second team All Pac-12 from 2017 2019, freshman All-American, yada, yada, yada. So, he didn't perform at the Combine. He had a wrist injury that carried over. No, he won the freaking Rose Bowl with said wrist injury, but yeah. Pro Day did run a 4.4840, which is great, as well as on tape. You can just see the massive coverage skills, great agility, everything like that. Add a little bit of weight to him, be phenomenal. He's basically kind of like an upgraded Eric Wilson. Yeah, Eric Wilson came in as a 2017 UDFA. Athletic skills for days. Needed to add some weight to hold up so he could sort through the trash, getting off of blocks and scraping and whatnot. So Troy Dye's sort of in that same boat. But I think that he is on a very clear career path for himself. He'll get on the field as a special teamer. I won't be shocked if he played in all 16 games this year. As well as he could work his way into the rotation because, of course, knock on wood, alien abductions happen, but also in some certain sub packages, the Vikings may be looking for a man with his particular set of skills, and he'll be good. Because with J-Ron Curse, his role gone. There isn't a third safety that has stepped up as of yet, and also Troy Dye matching up in the slot against a tight end, against a big wide receiver, against the running backs. He can do that, as well as Troy Dye. Final season in Eugene, played 54 of his 796 snaps, either in the slot, at free safety, or out at cornerback. So he does have the athleticism to play that role, has experience as well. Vikings co-regional defense coordinator Adam Zimmer, linebacker coach as well, can certainly see that. Also, respect to Zimmer the Younger, developing some of these linebackers, because Eric Wilson has really stepped up his game under Zimmer the Younger. Anthony Barr has developed, even though he was a 4-time Pro Bowler, yada, 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 as well as Eric Kendricks made that leap last year. Eric Kendricks is always very good, but last year he was completely out of this world. And plus, you look at Troy Dye on tape, he can serve that role in terms of being filling in for J-Ron Curse. Also, I mean, straight line speed, we don't put a ton of stock into it when you're really running in a straight line for 40 yards in track shoes in your underwear. Not wearing pads or helmet, but yeah. He is 4.4840 is faster than J-Ron's 4.62, and also Troy Dye is like 40 pounds heavier, so he's got that going on for him. Plus, he will begin as a special teamer. They do have a massive hole and a need there because you have J-Ron Curse, who was gone, who also was a special teams captain last year. Sandejo, even though he was a backup last year, played a lot of special teams. Kentrell Brothers, who was Mr. Special Teams backup linebacker for 4 years, he gone. As well as Ben Gideon, who was on the PUP last year, who is on the PUP, and he's maybe out of service commission for a while. So that total is 648 special team snaps up for grabs. And I think Troy Dye will absorb quite a few of those. Dye will overlap and fill those roles with a plum because you can use them on kick coverage, you can use them on punt coverage, you can use them on punt team, you can use them on kick return, and those are usually the 4 phases that a linebacker fills in. But you can even use them as a tight end on field goal. Teams have done that before, so he could actually fill in all 5 phases of special teams, which would be pretty damn impressive. Also, you look at how the Vikings have used young linebackers on special teams before. So 2017, UDFA Eric Wilson came in, played all 18 games, so 16 plus the 2 playoff games. Should have been 19 games, but 338 special team snaps. 2017, also the same year, that 4th rounder, Ben Gideon, coming out of Michigan, played in all 18 games. Should have been 19. Played 412 special team snaps. Last year, Cameron Smith, the 5th rounder from USC, didn't initially make the roster, but eventually, once he worked his way up to the 53 for good, did play in all of the final 5 games. as a special teamer. So Troy Dye will go down that route. I think that you could see him in some certain sub packages sooner rather than later. You look at some of the teams on the schedule, teams that have really good noted big slot receivers, also move tight ends. You could see Troy Dye getting on the field in that regard, as well as it'll be good practice for him because, like we talked about before, the future of Anthony Barr is up in the air. The Vikings can very easily get out from under his contract this year if 55 plays like he did last year, as well as Eric Wilson is on a restricted free agent tender. Will he be back next year? Vikings generally don't extend their backup linebackers, even though Wilson is an on-paper starter. So we'll see. I mean, Troy Dye, within a year or two, could find himself starting for the Vikings, and it will be great to just get a little taste, a little amuse-bouche, a little appetizer of what Troy Dye can bring. Great leader, great in coverage, phenomenal athlete. Let's see what he can do. All right, so your thoughts. Troy Dye getting involved as a rookie. Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.